I am Kenneth from Sirius. I am the voice for the message. The message is from SaLuSa for January 11, 2013. Naturally, some people are still unsure of the reason why the December 21st was a relatively quiet affair, but we would emphasize that as a civilization you took a great step forward. What is now important is that you continue to focus on all that you wish to be manifested, and you will see it gradually take place. Now that you have left the lower energies behind, it will be easier to achieve results, as you will no longer be impeded or held back. Progress, as we measure it, is the level to which you can raise your consciousness, and it did not reach the expected or desired level before ascension date. If your intent had been more powerful, the result may have been more successful, but you did bring success much nearer than previously. Dear ones, 21.12 was a success for many individuals, and be assured each soul will have received the higher energies. That can only have been good news, because it means that the vibrations upon Earth have risen up, and you have moved that much further into the new age. In respect of the many changes that are needed to finally put an end to duality, we along with our allies have never let up in our efforts to bring them into being. Consequently, they are getting ever nearer to manifestation. As you will know, we must carry out the changes with your approval and not impose our will upon you. We are therefore careful to ensure that our allies keep everything above board and within your legal system. However, you do have laws that were not made for the betterment of people or in love and light. Those will not be allowed to stop progress, and in any event will eventually be removed, as will all those laws that are used to falsely imprison people. In the future, all laws will be reviewed, and only those that are fair and just and maintain your freedom and sovereignty will be retained. It also means that any person falsely imprisoned will be released, and we know that there are many in the situation. In time, your levels of consciousness will be such that criminal actions will be far from your thoughts, and eventually there will be no crime and therefore no need for prisons at all. Minor indiscretions will be considered by higher beings, who will decide if any action needs to be taken. Often it is unnecessary, as in recognizing the mistake, the answer is already apparent to the soul involved. You presently have the 10 Commandments that have served you very well, except that they are set aside and ignored by those who only care and serve self. Such souls cannot continue in this way, and will find themselves unable to advance with those who do accept the oneness of all that is. They will feel their own fate, and stay within the lower vibrations by their own choice. They will have no one else to blame for their situation, as so often they have been warned of the need to change their ways. As time passes, you will begin to notice more and more that all types of corrupt practices are being investigated and the culprits are being revealed. It is a result of the upliftment in your levels of consciousness that desires a return to honesty in all dealings and transactions. There will be no hiding place, as the facts will come out as part of the cleansing that is taking place. Anything that still remains of the lower energies is being purged as you prepare to introduce the changes taking you into the new age. The media is still largely in the hands of those who hide the truth, but they cannot prevent other mediums such as the internet revealing the facts. The whole process of bringing the changes in is not easy, as there are so many people with vested interests in preventing them. However, progress cannot be stopped, and much still happens to move matters on until they reach a point when action can be taken. At this time, you have what may be called a bottleneck, because so many aspects of the changes are verging on completion together. Once what is happening becomes apparent, there will be a whole series of events following in quick succession. Having stepped onto a new pathway, there will be changes at various times in the future, over some years, before you finally become fully fledged galactic beings. These will be most enjoyable experiences, particularly as you will be beyond any interference that presently originates from the lower dimensions. Disclosure is such an important factor in your evolution that nothing will be left to chance where it is concerned. From our point of view, there are still too many people that hold some measure of fear at the prospect of us openly coming to Earth. We are therefore looking for better coverage of our presence from your media, but it must be done correctly and not for sensationalism. There is no doubt whatsoever that we must go ahead soon, and we cannot wait indefinitely. So you may be sure we are doing all we can to create the right setting for disclosure to go ahead. It will be a most momentous occasion, and celebrations will be in order for such an historic event. Time continues to go faster, and as it does, you will likely lose track of it as it does not dominate your life as previously. This will go along with forgetfulness and a tendency to live in the now. It is bringing you to a point where you will find that life becomes easier by simply going with the flow. We know some people cannot exist without having everything planned, but you will all adapt to the changes and find life is so much more enjoyable taking it as it comes. It will help in aspect that as you go further into the new age, you will have much more time to yourself, and few if any worries. You have not really experienced what it is like to be free, because you have been imprisoned on your own planet. It has become accepted as normal, and this is why we of the Galactic Federation of Light and others have spent so much time trying to get you to awake to the truth. Dear ones, whether you have recognized it or not, you have moved a lot further along your path since the millennium. This has fulfilled our belief that given more time, more souls would respond to the increasing levels of light reaching your Earth. Now virtually every soul has moved on through ascension and have taken in more of the higher energies. They will be further uplifted by the continuing flow, and events showing major changes for the better will be of considerable help. We leave you with our unending love and blessings for your future.